Hello and welcome to Phoenix Star Child Tarot. Let's check out today's forecast for guidance and growth, and let's see what wisdom and advice comes in for the day from our spiritual guides and the universe. Let's cleanse the deck. And let's give the deck a little bit of a shuffle. As I shuffle the deck, think about what guidance you may want for the day or advice you're seeking, what wisdom you may want to come through for you. All right, spirit guides, universe, what is today's forecast? Last little shuffle. Okay. I'm going to do that again. That was terrible. Okay, so please take what resonates and leave what does not. This is a collective reading. All right, so we have split the deck into three. All right, and let's get started. Universe. Interesting. Universe and spirit guides. Universe and spirit guides, what messages do you have for the collective today? What should we be aware of? Okay. What advice? They flipped over. Let me just get them. Put them in order. Knight of Wands. Okay. Alright, let's keep going. Oh. And may we just have one more card, please? One more card for this reading. One more card for this reading. What advice and wisdom? Just one more card for this reading. What advice or wisdom? Oh, that's too many. Just one more card, please. There it is. Okay. All right, perfect. So we do have the Nine of Wands. We've also got the Nine of Pentacles, the Devil, Six of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, King of Swords, Page of Swords, the Magician, Knight of Wands, Two of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and also the Four of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor and also the Three of Pentacles. All right, so let's put them over here. Okay, so I'm going to take a moment to have a look at the spread here and we'll get into this reading. Won't be a moment. All right, so what I can see here, first of all, is collective. You're channeling Emperor energy and really focused on growth and learning at the moment. I see you've been very resilient and have to become independent and have sort of look after your own material security. You've quite possibly had to deal with devil energies, so maybe some sort of addiction or dependency, limitation or restriction. I do see that there has been here, quite possibly, it's been alongside with the King of Swords, who's quite comes across as an authoritative figure, but I see this particular person may have been family but financial security for you, and they were the ones that were giving out the finances in this connection, which was leading to those dependencies. And that's why it's been a journey for you to have the resilience and to be independent, because this King of Swords, well, what they presented as a King of Swords is really a Page of Swords. So I think they play mind games with you. They're not as mature as they come across. Okay, and I also see, because you've had the resilience and the independence coming through, you are creating magic. You're sitting in magician energy. Okay, you do have passion. You're being brave, very, very brave. There is fearlessness, gaining more confidence, finding balance, and also being intuitive in this situation. The universe wants to make sure that you don't think that you're missing out on opportunities. Stay in that Emperor energy. Focus on your own effort, self-love, growth, skill, mastery, that sort of thing. And know that you can make the magic on your own. Know that whatever you're passionate about can help find balance for you. You will be intuitively guided by the spirit guides, highest powers out there, the universe, but also your own intuition. With this Nine of Wands, I see it's taken a lot of courage to be in this position. You've been standing your ground on what you believe, what your values are, and you are close to success. With this situation, you're very close to success. The way you've been standing your ground, keep up the good work. With the Nine of Pentacles alongside it, being self-sufficient and independent, the efforts will be rewarded, okay? And with the new way of thinking, the balance that you find, I think it will be beneficial in all aspects of life, not just one. I think there's a lot, but especially the money side of things. And I think what's happened, because this King of Swords was a provider for the family, they really were the ones who handed out and handled the money, the finances in this situation. And that's how it becomes so trapped in the bondage. And there were restrictions. You felt limited with this. You didn't feel like you could make your own money. With showing yourself here, being in the Emperor energy and showing yourself how resilient you can be, it is starting to make the magic, produce that magic to come on through. And keep up the good work. Like, I understand you're on your own. Find that collaboration, the teamwork that you can collaborate, grow with, learn from, and really move forward in life. Continue with that Knight of Wands energy. Continue in the Magician energy, making that magic. You've got all elements to choose from, all of the suits to choose from with the Magician. You get to think clearly, be able to pour into your own emotional cup, fulfill yourself, fulfill your needs, attend to your craft, so become passionate about what life force drives you, possibly make money from that. There are ways that we can do that now, especially in today's day and age, and it is able to really help us in our future. We get to find balance. We get to feel in tune with ourselves and also the universe. And even when we have boredom in our life, this is the magical cup that comes forward for us and says, hey, this is going to fulfill you. So I feel that this is an energy that could possibly be felt by you, collective, at the moment as you're transitioning and becoming more and more the emperor in that energy, stepping up into that energy, tuning into the high priestess energy, tuning into the magician energy right now, seeing what attachments you do have here, who these or this particular person really is, understanding how strong and resilient you really, really are, and you really have an understanding of what you believe and what you want to fight for these days. You can also see what kind of life can bring in abundance for you, where you'll be able to step back and appreciate the finer things in life. And once you detach from these energies, the magic that is created and the passion, the drive that comes through, it's almost heroic. It's unstoppable. And as I said, the balance for your life, for the monetary side of things, but for emotional, intellectually, passion, all of the elements, all of the suits are all attended within the magician card. So there is nothing that gets missed out within this reading when it comes to growth and benefiting from this growth, especially when you are channeling the Emperor energy here, working with the right people to move forward, to move ahead, to get that High Priestess energy, to get that Magician energy, to stay in the Knight of Wands and fiery passion, to find that balance, and then to be abundant, to come out abundant in this situation and know what you've been fighting for has been worth it the whole time. So this is a really powerful reading, also a very powerful message about how you have the ability, the power, the magic within you to move forward and away from anything that isn't serving your higher purpose. Any devil energies, anything that has control over you or is presenting a falsehood of who they are or what they want you to believe, what they believe you need them to be or what they want you to be in their life. Once that veil is lifted, which I think it already has been because you've had to channel resilience, you've had to become quite self-sufficient already at the very beginning of this reading. And the reasons why is because of this devil energy, this King of Swords, who is not really a king at all. They're more, I believe, a manipulator and abuse of power. I think that they believe that they're smart, intellectually sound, but they utilize money or wealth within the family unit to control the situation, and that's why the devil's here. So there's a bit of an imbalance with the money, with this person and the way that they are. That's why we have the Page of Swords over here. I believe that that's more what this person is. They present as a King of Swords. They're really a Page of Swords. So they're more of a person playing mind games. They can have... They're just scatterbrained, you know. They can be gossipy. They can... Yeah, they just play mind games, really. But they want to display this authority and power and high standards and having mental clarity, you know, and they're upright and they're all for justice and being true. That can be, but I don't see that within this reading, and that's why we've got this Devil energy there. What I do see is so much resilience and independence coming through with the Magician energy, that High Priestess. This is so good. Being in that Emperor energy, pretty much kicking butt, taking names, but getting the teamwork with it as well. I don't think you've sought after this type of teamwork before. Like, I think with this Emperor energy, the teamwork that is being sought after here is in alignment with the journey now. The teamwork that you'll be seeking and gaining will be in balance, like in an equal manner for you, where I think this particular connection, there was an imbalance. So that's what has happened here. Yeah, I think it's going to continue being resilient for a little bit longer, understanding the independence, but that's giving you the perspective, the gaining of the perspective of what direction you want to go, what you want to fight for, what you're gaining passion for, what is your driving force in this life, what connections you want to make, and the way you're choosing to be as a person. There may have been attachments to this particular situation for a little while, so your identity hasn't, it needs to come through again. You need to learn how to be that independent, that self-sufficient person, and understand what is worth fighting for, what is true to you. And that's why we're sitting in this energy right now. We're dealing with what isn't serving us, what prevents us from moving forward, what is limiting for us, what is restricting for us, anything that is imbalanced or not coming through as true. It is time to move forward, passionately move forward into our future, being brave, confident, really inspired action, create that magic, and communicate with wisdom, having balance, finding the time management, being adaptable, that sort of thing, making choices as well. That's all coming through here. Just don't feel like there's any missed opportunities, or you haven't done the right thing, or you're missing something. If you feel this way, take the time to meditate. See what you've achieved, see how far you've come, see what energy you're in now compared to what energy you've come from, okay? So, excuse me. Know that you will make the right decisions at the right time, all right? And you will try to reach your goal, especially channeling the Knight of Wands energy, okay? And you are able to overcome your limitations, any restrictions, you know within yourself. You self-belief, self-mastery, and we can kick the devil's butt. So, excuse me, keep working hard, keep up with that resilience, be resilient, fight for what you believe in. Your values do matter. You matter. What you believe in matters. It is worth it. Gain that self-sufficiency, that independence whilst we're here, and kick the devil's butt and get rid of any of those energies that aren't serving you or aren't being true to you, that won't help move forward. Gain that passion, fight for what's right, get that energy, become fearless. Find the balance though, find the time, be adaptable, time management, that sort of things. Like, make sure you pause to be able to tune in, get that subconscious buzzing, and really tune into the wisdom. Keep going with that Emperor energy, and who you're collaborating with will really help you through this transition to your higher purpose, to your greater self, to making magic, and to really becoming abundant and well, so aligned with what you're meant to be doing with your life. It's all here in the cards. And I think you've got that passion and drive now, feeling authoritative within yourself, giving yourself permission to do a lot of things that maybe you haven't felt like you've had the permission to do before, and taking charge. It's fantastic to see. So keep up the good work. I know that this energy is hard to fight for what we believe in and to gain that independence after having this sort of energy. It's not easy, but it is worth it, and you're doing a great job. All right, well, I hope you've enjoyed today's reading and you were able to gain some guidance or some wisdom for the day. And tune in tomorrow for another day of advice and wisdom from our spirit guides and the universe. Until then, have a wonderful day and bye for now.